All right, so let's see. So this time we're going to be solving exponential equations. It says solve each equation, round to 2 decimal places if necessary. So last time we were going from logarithms to exponential equations. Now we're going exponential, and to solve we're going to have to change it into a logarithmic equation. So here we have 2 to the power of x equals 5. So if we're trying to figure out what our exponent is equal to, we change it to x. So we write log our base is 2, okay, of 5 equals our exponent, which is x. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my calculator. Now, I just Googled a random calculator. I actually have a calculator app downloaded on my phone, but you can use whichever you guys want. So log base 2 of 5, I hit enter, and then this is going to give me, it does say round to 2 decimal places. Okay, this is taking a little bit too long. It gives us 2.32. 2.32 equals x. And that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead. Whoa, that was fast. Okay, so here's the next one. So this one we have 4 to the x power minus 12 equals 70. So in order for us to find the exponent x, we're first going to have to take this negative 12 and we're going to have to move it to the other side by adding 12. Okay, so what I do to one side, I do to the other side. So I get 4 to the x power. The 12s cancel each other out, and then 70 plus 12 is 82. Okay, now I can write it in log form. So we go log, our base here is 4 of 82 equals our exponent, which is x. So then in my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and put that. That's going to be log of 4. And then this is 82, and we hit enter. And we're going to get x equals, remember we're loading. It is loading. We're rounding to 2 decimal places. So then that gives me, it didn't give it to me as a decimal. Let me see. Oh yeah, it tells you right here, decimal 3.178. So that would be 3.18. Okay, the next one. So here I have 8 times 1/3 to the power of 4x. So first, before we write it in log form, I do need to get rid of this 8. So we do so by dividing by 8. Okay, so we have 1/3 to the power of 4x equals 6 over 8 is 3 over 4. Okay, and then we write it in log form. So log, our base is a 1/3 of 3/4 equals our exponent. My exponent is 4x. So I'm going to go ahead and put my logarithm in my calculator here. So it's going to be log of 1/3. Let me just start over. Log of 1 over 3 to the power of 3/4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and figure out what that's equal to, but here it's actually going to be equal to 4x. Okay, let me scoot over a little bit more. And so it gives me, as a decimal, it is 0.26, since we're rounding 2 decimal places. And then our last step to solve for x is to divide by 4. And this is going to give me 0.065, which would round to 0.07. And that's what's equal to x. All right, the next one. So here we have 3 to the x power equals 81. So this one, because we have our number to the power, and then we have an 81 on the other side, we can just write it in log form. So log of 3, log base 3 of 81 equals x plus 1. Okay, so then we're going to put in our calculators. Log base 3. Oh, not like that. believe it gives me 5, but I could be wrong. Okay, so whatever we get there, it's going to be equal to x plus 1. Okay, and then our last step to solve for x, we would have to subtract this one. But let's go ahead and see what this gives me real quick. It gives me 4. And then I was close. We subtract the 1, and 4 minus 1 gives me 3. Okay, so this next one, if we notice, we do have a 2 on this side and a 3 on the other side. Okay, they're different, completely different bases. What we're going to do is we're going to, whoa, what did that happen? We're going to go ahead and throw logs in front of these. So it'll be log of 2 to the power 2x minus 1 equals log of 3 to the x power. So remember the rule when you have a logarithm and it doesn't have a base, you're going to go ahead and assume that it is 10, okay? Now, there is another rule where whenever you have an exponent, instead of writing it there, you're going to write it in the front. So I'm going to write it as 2x minus 1 times log of 2, whatever that gives me, equals, and then I'm going to move this x to the front, log of 3. Okay? And so this is all going to go together. I'm going to go ahead and see what log of 2 gives me and what log of 3 gives me. Okay? So in my calculator, I'm going to put log of 2. I'm going to put log of 3 as well. Okay, so here it's going to give me 2x minus 1. And we're going to have to multiply it times 0.3. 0. And then this one is x times log of 3 is equal to 0.48. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. You guys can use whatever calculator you want. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what the calculator should look like or what you should be inputting in your calculator. Okay, so this 0.30, we are going to have to distribute it to each one. So 0.30 times 2x is 0.60. And then minus 0.30. Oh, this one has an x. Equals, and then the 0.48x, we usually don't write the x first. We write the coefficient first. So I am going to have to move this 0.60 to the other side so I can combine it with the other x. Okay, this cancels and I get negative 0.30 equals, when I subtract these two, this gives me, whoops, 0.48 minus 0.60, that gives me 0.12, negative 0.12x. Okay, next step to solve for x is to divide by negative 0.12 on both sides. This cancels. This is going to give me 0.30 divided by 0.12, and it gives me negative 2.5. All right, so this one is going to be the exact same thing again. We're going to put log on both sides. Log of 5 to the power of x minus 2 equals, and then we put log on the other side, of 3 to the power of 3x plus 2. Okay, remember the rule, the exponent is going to be thrown to the front, so 3x minus 2 log of 5. Log of 5 equals, and then this one's going to be 3x plus 2 goes in the front, and then in here is log of 3. I'm going to go ahead and put log of 5 and log of 3 in my calculator. And so this one is going to give me x minus 2 times 0.70 equals, and then this one's going to be 3x plus 2 times, and then here I have 0.48. Okay, so we're going to be solving for x now. So we're going to go ahead and start off by distributing. So it's going to give me 0.70x minus 1.4 equals 0.48 times 3 gives me 1.44 x, and then I'm going to do 2 times 0.48, and that gives me 0.96. And then we're going to start solving for x. So I'm going to go ahead and move this 1.44 to the other side. Okay, this cancels. 0.70 times negative 1.44. That gives me negative 1. Oops. That gives me negative 2.14. Okay, minus 1.4 equals 0.96. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and take this minus 1.4. I'm going to add it. What I do to one side, I got to do to the other side. This cancels, so negative 2.14 x equals, we're going to do 0.96 plus 1.4. And that's going to give me 2.36. I'm going to go ahead and solve for x by dividing by 2.14. And that gives me 1.102. So x is equal to 1.102. Okay, the next one. So here we're going to solve for x. Now I do have this 3 in the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it first by multiplying both sides by 3. So I have 4 to the power 2 minus x equals 7 times 3 is 21. So from here, we're ready to write it in log form. So log or basis 4 of 21 is equal to 2 minus x. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and put that in my calculator. It gives me 2.2. 2.2 equals 2 minus x. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this 2 by subtracting 2, and I get 0.2 equals negative x. And then to solve for x, we're going to divide by negative 1, and we're going to get x equals negative 0.2. And that's it. There's that one. Okay, this one's e. Now remember with e, we're going to have to use a natural log. So we're going to write this as ln. Okay, our base is e of 3.45 equals 0.25x. Okay, so remember when you put this in your calculator, you do not need to put the e, it's understood. So you're just going to put a ln of 3.45, enter. That gives me 1.24 equals 0.25x. So we divide both sides by 0.25. That cancels. And so 1.24 divided by 0.25 gives me 4.95. Okay, let's see what is next. Okay, so another natural log again. So here, the 500, we're going to go ahead and try to get rid of that 500 by dividing both sides by 500. So 600 divided by 500. That is going to give me 1.2. So this cancels on this side, sorry. E to the 0.3x equals 1.2. Okay, now we're going to write it in log form. So the natural log of e of 1.2 equals 0.3x. So I'm going to put in my calculator the natural log of 1.2, and that gives me 0.18. Oops. 0.18 equals 0.3x. We divide by 0.3, and we're going to get 6 equals x, and that's it. And the last one. Okay, so this minus 4, we have to move it first before we move this 6. So I'm going to go ahead and add the 4. We're going to get 6e to the negative 4x minus 10 equals 67. We divide both sides by 6. And then it's going to give me e of negative 4x minus 10 equals 11.2. Okay, once we do that, we're ready to use the natural log. So we're going to write the natural log of 11.2 equals negative 4x minus 10. Okay. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and put in my calculator, ln of 11.2. That gives me 2.41 equals negative 4x minus 10. Okay, so we're still trying to solve for x, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this minus 10 and change it to a plus 10. This cancels, and I get 12.41 equals negative 4x. And then we divide both sides by negative 4. And that gives me negative 3.1. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. So we will go ahead and see you guys later. Bye.